All right, maybe a little more optimism right now as businesses could, try to do a little bit better right now. But that's what's happening globally, and that's an important opinion that we're tracking as well. But let's now talk about all of the important cues that you should track as we get into this trading session. We have our research team here with the trade setup, as well as the individual stocks that could be in the news today. Nigel, Sonal, as well as Surbhi all join me now. Guys, a very good morning to all of you. Sonal, let me come across to you first. Once again, the handover is quite negative.
It is. And, Pavitra, if we look at the US markets, after a brief green that we saw on Monday, yesterday again it fell. And if we look at the US indices, they fell anywhere between 0.1% to 0.7%. And Dow Jones was down more than 200 points in trade yesterday. And the Feb month has ended. And for the month as well, there are major losses that we are seeing. It was again led by the Dow. Dow was down 4%. We have S&P down 2.6% and the Nasdaq down 1.1% as well. If we talk about the Asian markets, you were just talking about them as well. So Hang Seng, that is the lone green index, so to say, on the higher side, 320 points higher there. However, we have Taiwanese index, which is low by 40 points. So a mixed picture as far as the Asian markets are concerned right now. SGX Nifty will come up for you, and it is indicating that the start for our own markets could be mildly in the red again. And we did close lower yesterday. So fell for the 8th straight day. That is the scene as far as our own markets are concerned. Market cap erosion of BSE companies in last 2 months has been at 25 lakh crore rupees. That's the highest number that we have seen. Last hour decline that we saw in financials, that was led by the Fin Nifty expiry. And Nifty is now below that 200-day moving average. So Monday's low of 17,255 is an important level to track as well on the Nifty. We have a couple of cues which we'll be watching out for. We have Feb auto sales data, which is due today. It is the beginning of the month. And we got the GDP data as well yesterday for Q3, which was slightly lower than estimates. But of course, there are many internals there. But all in all, looks like it could be another day in the red for Indian markets.
All right, Sonal, thanks a lot for taking us through all of those cues for our markets. But let's now also talk about the individual names that could be in focus in today's trading session. Surbhi standing by with that entire list. Hi, Surbhi.
Hi, good morning. Few stocks that I will be watching out for today. The first one is Axis Bank. It completes the acquisition of Citibank's India consumer business for a consideration of 11,600 crores. Next is Adani Enterprise. The company has been declared a preferred bidder and gets a letter of intent for a bauxite block in Odisha. Zydus Life Sciences gets approval from US FDA for 2 drugs, one that treats blood clots and the other one that treats high blood pressure. BEL signs an agreement with Thales Reliance Defense System. Aditya Birla Capital, it collaborates with NPCI to develop and promote digital payments. And lastly, Bombay Burma Trading Company. The company decides to sell close to 2,500 acres of land for 290 crores to Orange County Resorts and Hotels.
All right, Surbhi, thanks a lot for that entire list of stocks. We're going to watch for all of these in today's trading session. Finally, it's over to Nigel, who's looking at all of the cues from the futures and options space. Hi, Nigel.
Well, morning, Pavitra. Now, we've been listening to all that you all had to say, and the global markets are a bit of a muddle. But maybe, in fact, if the SGX Nifty suggests that we're going to start off with the cut of closure around 50 points odd, maybe risk reward could actually favor a buy today, and maybe taking a fresh short call on the index at these levels may not be very beneficial. That's predominantly if that 17,200 odd level holds out. Remember, the PCR has dipped to below 0.7. And the FI short positioning has moved to around 85%. And normally, we've seen a bit of a bounce from those levels. The Nifty, maybe we ended lower yesterday, but there was a relative outperformance. Whether you're looking at the Nifty Bank, that was more or less flattish. And the mid-cap index, there was buying out there. It ended with a gain of 0.7%. What did the FIs do in the F&O market? Well, they continued their shorting ways. They added close to around 13,000 short contracts. So that's what takes the short positioning to around 85%. Though they're buying, index options. And yesterday as well, they bought more calls than puts. However, the call writing continues, telling you that at higher levels, you're likely to see some supply. And what were they writing? 17,300 calls, 17,400 call. They were most active. And if you're just plugging in the number 17,400 call, you add close to 40-50 rupees. So that's giving you that 17,450 odd level. So they're looking to defend that 17,450 to around 17,500 odd level. Support zone comes in at around 17,200 to around 17,250, which will likely start off closer to those levels. SGX Nifty is suggesting a downtick. You're hoping that actually you get a deeper downtick. Maybe if 17,200 does hold out, maybe we'll see a day of consolidation or maybe a bit of a bounce. So let's see how this plays out. Back to you.
All right, Nigel.